Hi all, Elaine here with MRE Studio Designs, and today we're going to do a little art piece. Uh, we're going to be using Primo clay. This is a combination of colors. This is the magenta pearl, I think, and some red mixed in with it. This is the bright green pearl. This is the purple pearl with a little bit of the actual pearl mixed in with it. And of course, this is the peacock pearl. We're also going to be using some mica powders, 2 different shades for each one. The backing is going to be in the 18 karat gold Sculpey Primo clay. You're going to need some cutters, your blade, your knife, a tile, your roller, and of course a pasta machine. So give me a second and I will be right back. Okay, so we're back and we're going to use the 4 different colors, and we're going to use these cutters just for general shape because we're going to manipulate them a bit. And these are from Creative Dork. These are the surfboards. So here we go. You need to decide which color you want to be the largest piece, and 2 of the middle pieces and 1 smaller piece. So I think I'm going to do the purple as the largest piece. Now the colors that we're using here are just my preference. You can use whatever colors you like. They could be solid colors like they are here. They could be a combination of colors. They could be a Skinner blend. Basically anything you like. These are always just suggestions. So we want 2 of the middle size ones. Yeah, pink. And 1 of the smaller ones. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do is curve these. And we want the pointy side on the inside. And we will adjust those accordingly. So what I want to do is I want to make this into a curve. And I may cut off some more of the piece. We shall see. My glasses on. So I think this is going to be the top piece. And I want to make that just a little bit thinner. As I said, this is just suggestion. You could do whatever you like, but I have an idea in my head what I want to do. So there we go with the first piece. Nice pointy end, curved, and placed. There we go. Just because you use a certain cutter, you don't have to keep that particular shape. You can always reshape it into whatever you like. Now I think the pink one will be next. We'll clean off the edges and clean off our tile a little bit. And I want the pointy end on the inside. So I want this coming down a little bit this way. We'll see how this goes. And I think I want to cut that end off a bit. We'll stretch it out a little bit. We're going to put that right there. Yeah, I think we are going to cut this end just a little bit. Round it off a bit. Just like that. And the purple one is our largest one. Clean off the edges. clean off our tile. And this one is going to come down this way, so we need to stretch that out a bit and curve it, and that's going to go right like that. And I'm not sure they're going to stay exactly this way, but we're going to see how it goes. I want the curved end a little bit. Press that in. And then which one is the green one is left? We're going to clean the edge off. Clean our tile off. And this one is again going to be curved. And I think I want this one a little more pointy at both ends. So we're going to cut that just like that. There we go. I like that shape. Okay. And this is going to go up this way. Now I'm not crazy where that one went. So, okay, I think that's good. So this is going to be the general shape of our pendant. We still have some things to do to it. The first thing I want to do, since we know where it's going to be, we need to separate these a bit because we're going to bake those separate. And the first thing I want to do is I want to texture the pieces first. Okay, I have a straw here which I have cut. You can see it's got a curved end on it, and I'm going to make little like scale kind of things on here. Just different shapes. And you can use anything. You can use texture sheets, you could use stamps, you can use whatever you want. I just want a little bit of texture on here first. And each one is going to have a different texture. That's one. Okay. And another one is going to have a different pattern. We're going to put some stripes on this one. Actually, I think I want it going both ways on this. And as I said, you can make anything you want. You can leave them plain. You can put any texture you want on them. That's two. Now, a third one. Let's see. Let's do some dots on this one. And again, this is not difficult, and it's quick and easy. I like quick and easy for my tutorials. That's that one. And for the last one, maybe some dashes on this one. So let's see. Just to give it some interest. There we go. Now, on top of this, we're going to put some mica powders. Now, I have 2 different mica powders for each color. And I have these Let's Resin Chameleon powders. I would definitely suggest you take a piece of black clay and a piece of white clay, put the powders on it, and bake them, because they don't always come out the way you think they're going to come out. Because this looks very, very green here, and yet it's a purple green on here, and on the white it's very different, as you can see. You see that? And these are just, I don't even remember what company makes these, but they are not chameleon. They are just plain color. And what I want to do is I want to kind of make it a little variegated, change a little bit. Well, let's see how this turns out. We'll see how it goes yet. So I need a small brush, soft brush, and we're going to start with the apple green and put that on the top. That way. And we don't need to worry about the edges, because we are going to back each of these pieces. And this is the Let's Resin in the mint. We'll do the bottom part in the mint, which is a little bit brighter. Surprising. Just so it looks like a little shading, a little different shading. It's not too far off. So that's the green. And this is the purple. I'll see if I can find out where I got these mica powders from, because I really don't remember what company they are. Clean that brush off. Just take a little bit of this. I just feel like this needs a little something. As I've said before, I love mica powders. They do so much to make things pop a little more. And this is the grape in the Let's Resin powder. We'll see how that goes. I think we're going to have to blend that a little bit better, up a little higher. So it goes in from one to the other. I think I want it along the edge here. Here we go. Okay. Brush just to clean off my area here so we don't get anything on anything else. Okay. That's the purple. And we got the pink, which we have. This is rose red. See how this goes. Again, clean our brush off a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks good. Rose red isn't exactly red. It's more of a bright pink. And this is the plum in the Let's Resin powder. Clean off the brush. Oh, I like that. Now we are going to resin these at the end, so it's really going to make these colors brighter. Okay, that's that one. And we have the peacock pearl. This is a greenish blue. Couldn't find anything else that was really close that I liked, but oh yeah, that comes out really nice. Okay. And this is the teal in the chameleon. Oh, that matched up pretty well, didn't it? Cool. Okay. So those are our four pieces, our four major pieces. We'll see what else we need to do to it afterwards. But right now we are going to bake these at the recommended temperature of 275, and we're going to bake them for about 20 minutes because we're going to back them before we put them together. And we shall go from there. So, it's all cleaned off. I'll clean my desk off in a minute. So I'm going to put these in the oven, and I will be back after they're done. Okay, so here are our pieces all cooled, and here is the 18 karat gold in the Primo clay, and it is rolled out to a number 2 on our pasta machine. And we are going to back all of the pieces. So what we want to do is just kind of outline the pieces so that we can back them. We want to give ourselves a little bit of room for the edges, but just the general shape. So, and of course, we're going to need to put some Bacon Bond on the back because we are working with baked clay and raw clay, so we need to make them stick. So we're just going to spread that around. Take this. Put it on the back. My hand off. And bring this up around the edges. Now I'm using the gold. If you want to, you can use the silver or any color you want. Everything I do here are just suggestions. You could do it with any color, you don't like these shapes, you can use different shapes. You can use triangles, you could use circles, whatever you want. You're only limited to your own imagination. Cut the excess off. Cut the tip off. Bring that up. And just keep trimming until you're happy with it. want to just blend it in so you don't see the actual edge. There's no gaps. Just keep smoothing. It doesn't take much. Trying to keep it as even as you can. All the way around. And that's the first one. Clean it off. Okay, so we're going to, what is that? I'm gonna put this together now. See how we want it. This is going to go down this way. This will go here. I think this will come down here. This will go up here, like that. And this one, I think we'll have that down this way, maybe. No. Don't think that's what I want. I think this one's going to come down this way. And this one comes up this way. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So it's probably going to sit like this. Now, we want to make sure these are well together. And we will probably put some kind of back, maybe not a full backing, but something to make sure that they stay together on the back. Plus, we're going to put a bail on the back. So, and I think I want to put a little bit of mica powder. Get a smaller brush on the front and on the back. Now we can wipe it off of the pieces that are already baked, but I want to get it onto the edges. Give it a little bit of brightness. Here we go. Let's see if we could turn this over. Perfect. And we want to burnish that a little bit, get some fingerprints out. think we will put something on the back to hold everything together. Piece. So I think I want to put something right across here. Take my tool and just bring the edges down. Just a little bit. And I think we're going to add a bail. This one here. So we're going to lift this here, right like this. Make a little hole for it. Put this in here and cover it. Now that will go, that's how it's going to be. Terrific. Now let's flatten this out a little bit better. Blend it in. Don't need it to be too obvious. I mean, you'll be able to tell it's there, but it doesn't need to be very obvious. So we're just going to blend that in as best we can. That's going to hold it all together. There, that's not too bad. Blend this. Oops. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. And then we want to just, as I usually do, just give it a little bit of a brushed look. Gets rid of the fingerprints, gets rid of a lot of unwanted here, and then we're going to go across the opposite direction. It also helps to blend it in a little bit. Oops. Okay, and we're going to put some mica powder on the back. A little bit of a bigger brush. Make sure we get all the edges. And again, you don't have to put the mica powder on it. You can leave it plain. You can use different color. You can use black. You can use silver. You can use whatever color you want. So that takes care of the back. And as I always say, you want to put a your own little logo or your initials or something on here, which I already have one made up. I'm going to put some Bacon Bond on there, and we're going to put that right there. Takes care of that. We're going to turn this over now. Does this need something? Some balls in between the pieces where they're very wide. So let's see. Do this. Maybe put some mica powder on it. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty. And because it's got mica powder on it, we're going to need to put some Bacon Bond on it when we go to attach it. Just like that. Maybe a larger one past that. here. Now you can add rhinestones to it. You can add any kind of embellishment you want. As I said, these are just suggestions. Put that there. And maybe one or two. And guess what? We are done. So this is going to go in the oven for a full half hour. I can get these little pieces to stay where they're supposed to stay. Now I'm all sticky. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven for a full half hour. After it comes out and after it's cooled, we're going to resin it, and then we will be all done. So I will be back as soon as it gets out of the oven. Now this is going to go in at 275 for a full 30 minutes, and I'll be right back. So we're back, and here is the piece out of the oven. We're going to resin it, and then we will be done. So let's get our resin. Just put a little on each one, just like that. Now, I use a dedicated brush, I've said this before, to spread the resin. I just feel like I have a little better control, and I can get it to go where I want it to go quicker. But you can do it any way you want to. I'm sure there are a lot of tutorials out there on how to resin. This is just how I do it. Now I have two different types of resin. This one is a thinner viscosity resin, and it comes out pretty thin, and I really don't want a real thick layer on this. And then I have a thicker one for doming. So, you can probably use the thicker one if you wanted to. As I said, I didn't want a thick layer on this. I just wanted to give it some shine. But you should know that they do come in different viscosities. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to just hit it with our torch, make sure there's no bubbles. We don't like bubbles. Just like that. And put it in our UV light. Now I've had several different kinds of UV lights since I started. I had the one with the bulbs. That was okay, except that the bulbs seemed to burn out faster than I liked. Then I got one for nails, but that one was an LED, but it only stayed on for 2 minutes at a time. So you had to keep turning it on until everything was done. Currently, I have one, and I'll leave the link below, that is LED and stays on for 30 minutes. That is the one I like, because I like to leave them in there for a full 30 minutes to make sure that they are completely cured and rock hard. So that's what we're going to do now, and I will be back as soon as it's done. Okay, so here we are at the end of our tutorial with our completed piece. I hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to say thank you to all those that have subscribed and left me some nice notes. If you enjoyed the tutorial, if you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. I also wanted to say that you're only limited by your imagination. Other than the temperature and the time for baking, there's really no right or wrong with clay. Just do whatever you feel like doing. If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, start over again. It's no big deal. So anyway, have fun and keep creating, and I will see you next time.